Hey guys, John Rettinger here with an unboxing for you of the new Blackberry Storm 2 for Verizon Wireless. I was admittedly not a biggest fan of the Storm 1 because of its SurePress keyboard. I found it to be finicky and very inaccurate. But from what I understand, the Storm 2 fixes a lot of those concerns, so I'm really excited to dig in and take a look. If you're interested, the Storm 2 will run you $179 after a $100 mail-in rebate, and you can get it starting today. So I'm not sure if this is going to be retail packaging or just demo packaging, but there's only one way to find out. And of course, we will use the big ol' knife to rip this sucker open. Another successful unboxing without slicing my finger open. Let's see what we got inside. It appears to just be a demo unboxing. When you buy this from the store, I'm willing to bet you'll have a sleeve that'll go over this. So let's open it up and see what we get. So there's the device sitting on top, not too secured, but we'll put that off to the side for just a minute. We'll even compare it with the outgoing Storm model. Keep going through, lift up the cardboard tray. We've got a USB syncing cable, which is going to micro USB. We've got a pair of headsets, or headphones, and the Blackberry standard wall charger with micro USB. But the accessories are not why you're here. Let's take a look at the device itself. So here we have the Blackberry Storm 2. Let's go over some of the specs and then we'll do a size comparison. The highlights of this, the dimensions are 4.4 by 2.4 by 0.53. Weighs approximately 5.5 ounces and it's got a 1400 milliamp hour battery, which should be pretty decent. Verizon claims you're going to get 330 minutes of talk time or up to 269 hours of standby time. It also comes pre-installed with a 16 gigabyte micro SD card, which is really nice. The screen resolution is 480 by 320 and supports over 65,000 colors. And it does still have the SurePress keyboard, but instead of just having one button in the middle, it now has 4 on the corners, so it should be a little bit more accurate. It also uses a new technology where when the phone is off, the screen doesn't push down at all, which is very interesting. So let's take a look at how this thing stacks up next to the original Blackberry Storm. So here we have it right here. And they look like very close siblings. The Storm 2 has these heat-sensitive buttons, whereas the Storm 1 had these actual clicking buttons. This is turned on. You can see I can click anywhere on the screen, and you sort of get that up and down motion for clicking. With the Storm 2, I can actually not click when the screen is off, and I'll do more demonstrations of this in future videos. Let's go ahead and power it on. See if it's got a charge in it. And while the device is powering on, we'll run some, there it is. Battery's about to die on it. We'll do some comparisons with other devices. And actually, once it turns on, you can start pressing the screen. And on first blush, the screen definitely has a far less distance to travel as opposed to the first Storm. One of the big knocks on the first Storm was that if you wanted to type, you had to wait for the screen to come up before you could hit the next letter. And over time, it adds up. It appears that there's a much shorter throw on the Storm 2, so that's quite nice. So comparing it with another device you might be familiar with, here is the iPhone 3GS. You can see they definitely have a very similar slab-like interface. We'll stack the two together. Storm 2 is just a little bit thicker, but not by much. And the last phone that you guys may be considering if you're looking at the Storm 2 is the T-Mobile G1, which looks like a gargantuan fat cousin next to the Storm 2. It's a very slim design on the Storm. You can see the thickness. So let's go ahead and take a look at the device itself. It's got your SurePress screen and your LED indicator that most people are familiar with on Blackberry devices. You've got your standard array of Blackberry buttons. You've got your send button, your Blackberry menu button, your back, and your end button. On the left-hand side of the device, you've got a programmable hard button with the charging port. On the right-hand side, you've got a volume toggle up and down, and you've got another programmable hard button, 3.5 millimeter headset jack, and on top You've got your volume mute button and a lock button. And the back of it looks very different than the original Storm. You still have the same 3.2 megapixel camera, but the sort of metal feeling door is gone. It's still metal, but it's got more of a plastic feel to it. It looks a little bit more secure. Let's take off the door and let's see what we have inside, and see if even this is as a SIM card, see if it can be used as a world phone. Alright, so we got the back of it off, and it does have a SIM card, which will make it a world phone. For those of you that are in the US and wondering, you cannot use this over 3G with AT&T or T-Mobile's networks. It's really, the GSM radio is meant just for international. I suppose you could probably use it for Edge. Here's your 1400 milliamp hour battery, and that's where the micro SD card slot is. So it does not appear that there is one in there, although when you buy it, it will come pre-installed with a 16 gig card, which is bigger than the 8 that the original Storm came with. So guys, stay tuned to the channel for a ton of Storm 2 coverage. I'll be doing comparison videos with the iPhone 3GS. I'll be taking you through the operating system and the browser, the Storm 2, and seeing how it holds up and compares to the original. So for exclusive content, be sure to check me out on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers. And to learn more about Techno Buffalo, check out technobuffalo.com. I'll see you guys in the next video, and the link to all those will be in the sidebar.